What's up, everybody? It's Raddad Cooks. I'm out here in the keto desert. I am so hungry. I could totally use a fat bomb right now.
Cooking, not cleaning, we smoking and seasoning, grilling, sauteing, and chilling is the reason. Raddad Cooks, y'all.
Fat bomb? What the f is a fat bomb? That's immediately what I thought as soon as I heard of that. This keto diet, it's wild. I've been on it for about 3 weeks and I have lost 17 pounds. So I gotta say I'm a believer, but the idea is just kind of wacky that your body burns fat instead of carbs. And that's where the necessity of the fat bomb comes in. The reason you need a fat bomb here and there is because on the keto diet, you wanna get about 70% of your calorie intake from fat. And then you want to get around 20% to 25% from protein. Now, every gram of fat has 9 calories. Every gram of protein has 4. Now, I know that sounds absolutely crazy, but eating some red meat and ground beef, stuff like that, certain seafoods, you can get that balance kind of right. But what if you just want some chicken? That's loaded with protein, not a lot of fat at all, especially if you're talking about chicken breast. Or I like pork rinds. I love that crunch. It's kind of been what's getting me through this whole keto thing, but high in protein, not low in fat, but less fat than protein. And that is where the fat bomb comes in. Now, the other day at work, my buddy, he brought some of these in. He's doing the whole keto thing too. And my mind was just blown. So I just had to make some. Let's hurry up and get the heck out of here and into the kitchen, and I'll show y'all how we do it. Now, a fat bomb is exactly what it sounds like. It is a quick, easy delivery of a massive amount of fat into your system. So of course, it's gonna be comprised mostly of fatty items. This particular one kind of has the flavor and vibe of raw cookie dough. So if you love eating raw cookie dough, keto might be the diet for you. For ingredients, we're gonna have an 8-ounce bar of cream cheese, 1 stick, 8 tablespoons of butter, a little bit of vanilla extract, about a teaspoon. This is one of the ones you can kind of do to taste. Just make sure you get the pure stuff. Don't get the knockoff stuff. That's just garbage. Also, we're gonna be using a little bit of sweetener. I got the Truvia artificial sweetener. I'm not a big sweet fan, particularly with the artificial sweets. So I'm just gonna scale it back. I'm only gonna do about a tablespoon of the sweetener in this. And there's a variety of these low carb sweeteners on the market. This one is 3 grams of carbs for every 3/4 teaspoon. So once we put that whole tablespoon in, it's gonna be a lot of carbs. This is where we're gonna be getting the carbs from in this particular recipe. So, you know, the least amount of carbs, the better. Because with keto, you aim for about 20 grams of carbs a day, and you get 20 carbs a day just like by accident, by literally trying to not have any. It's just that half carb here, 1 gram there, 3 grams there. It adds up to your 20 quick. So if you're not really a big fan of sweet and you like all the other flavors of this, then you can definitely scale this back to help your carb intake. For chocolate chips, you wanna use sugar-free chocolate chips. Like I said, I'm not a big fan of all the sugar-free type chemicals. Dark chocolate, the 100% real deal Holyfield, 100% cacao. That's what you wanna get, because that's like the purest chocolate you can find. This has 3 net grams of carbs. And what I mean by that is, when you look on the back of a package, you'll see that it says 5 total carbohydrates, and then you'll see dietary fiber. On this particular bar, the dietary fiber is 2 grams per serving. So we subtract that dietary fiber from our total carbs for net carbs, and that's what you're counting for keto. Of course, these aren't chocolate chips. We're gonna whip them up real quick in a little food processor to get them kind of chipped down. Last ingredient is peanut butter. My favorite mainstream peanut butter that you can find everywhere is the Skippy's Natural. It's amazing, it's super creamy, and it doesn't have any of the hydrogenated oils or any of that other whack stuff that they're putting in the peanut butter these days. Just make sure you get creamy, not crunchy. So the first thing we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna wanna chip up our chocolate. Fortunately for us, this chocolate comes in a 4-ounce bar, and that's exactly how many chips that the recipe calls for. These are the bougie bars too. You feel like Willy Wonka is about to give you a little present or something. Maybe a COVID test for you to take before he lets you in the factory, I don't know. Aww. Look at that beautiful stuff. I'm just gonna kind of pre-break it up so that way the processor doesn't have too much to chew on. This 100% cacao stuff is like, it's solid. It's not milk chocolate, it's not all flimsy. It's actually got a little bit of a snap to it. I'm gonna snap one right in my mouth. That is intense chocolate right there. Ghirardelli is actually a pretty cool little place here in San Francisco to go check out if you ever get the chance. And down on Market Street, they have like a small little gift shop that actually whips up some pretty good coffees. I guess it's like a coffee shop, gift shop combined. All right, the lid on. I'm just gonna hit it with a little chop chop, see what happens. It's getting there, but this is some pretty solid chocolate. All right, well, it's not quite chocolate chips, but I think it might even be a little better because there's some chocolate in here that's really fine and there's some bigger chunks. So we'll get that overall chocolate flavor in our bomb, and we'll also get some of the bigger chunks to bite into. Now for the next part of the recipe, we're just gonna combine all of our ingredients. Now just get a little bowl or some kind of container that will fit them all, and you can hit them with some beaters that you would like blend up a cake batter with. I don't have a set of those. I got a big KitchenAid, and I'm not trying to bust that out for something this small. I do have a small immersion blender that came with these little whippy things, and I think it might be able to handle this now that it's all softened. We'll see. If this doesn't do it, then I'll revert back to this small food processor. All right, we'll start by putting our butter and our cream cheese in. And this will let us know whether this little whippersnapper has it in them to do the job. Let's see. Oh, I think it's got it. This little thing's a beast. I'm gonna go ahead and do the sweetener next. 1 tablespoon. All right, for the peanut butter, I'm just gonna eyeball it. Getting peanut butter in and out of a measuring cup isn't what I feel like doing today. Going for 1 cup of peanut butter. And that looks about right. Oh yeah. All right. Whip up these ingredients. All right, I'm gonna give it a little taste, see if it's sweet enough, too sweet. I think a tablespoon's about all you need. You don't need to overdo it. All right, last is gonna be our vanilla extract. This stuff is potent, so just a little drip. All right, we got our teaspoon in there. And last, we're gonna add in our chocolate chips. Let's blend it together. All right, we got all the ingredients combined. The next step is gonna be to form them up. All right, now for the sake of portion control and to make those sweet little portable bombs, we're gonna be using a silicone mini muffin tray. So pretty much just start scooping them into the little holes. kind of just put them in there roughly, and then we'll scrape the tops off once we get our tray loaded. Now I'm gonna take a silicone spatula and I'm just gonna scrape across the top. Now I got enough to make another one.
You know I gotta come back. You know I gotta
Keep doing this to all the rows.
You know I gotta get them M's. You know I'm never gonna slack. You know I'm never gonna slack. You know I'm never gonna slack. You know I'm getting in them racks and you know I always bring it back.
So I got these filled up about as even as I can. Next step, we're gonna put them in the freezer, let them harden up a little bit. This could take anywhere between 30 minutes and an hour. I'll check back in with you guys when I get them solidified and we'll pop them out and see what they do. All right, so it's been about an hour since I put these things in the freezer. I just got busy, so I didn't get right to them, but they were definitely firm enough to get out in about 20 minutes. Now you got a couple different ways to store these. You always want to keep them in the freezer, but you can either put them in a Ziploc bag, a large Tupperware, and snap the lid on, or you can individually wrap them in plastic wrap or foil. I have some of these little 2-ounce portion cups like a restaurant would use or like you would buy for a party to make Jell-O shots. And they're about the exact same size as the cups, my mini muffin trays. So I'm gonna simply pop out my fat bomb, put it in the little cup, throw a lid on it, and these will just stack up in the freezer when you want to grab a quick little bite to go. Go ahead and get you a fat bomb. Recipe makes 24 fat bombs if your tray is the same size as mine. And as far as nutritional facts go, it works out to about 15 grams of fat, 3.5 net carbs, and 3.5 grams of protein per fat bomb. Let's go ahead and give one a taste. Tastes just like cookie dough. It is so good. I think I can definitely get used to eating these. Kind of like the texture of our chocolate too, versus just the chips, because you get a little bit more chocolate in each bite. You got that kind of overall chocolate vibe to it. Then you also get those big chips every once in a while, or something different. And that's all there is to making some awesome fat bombs. Help you get your fat to protein ratio right, and a quick little snack in a pinch when trying to stick to the keto diet. I'm doing the whole keto thing, not forever, so don't worry, the pizzas and stuff are gonna come back, but for now, I gotta trim some weight off the old gut here, so it's what I'm doing. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe, hit that notification bell, especially if you're looking for keto recipes. Pretty much the next month, that's gonna be all I'm doing here. Thanks a lot, guys, and always let me know in the comments what you think, what you'd like to see. Give me a thumbs up. Peace.
Thank you for tuning in, and if you love the content of this video, hit like on the way out. If you're new, become part of the Raddad Cooks ecosystem by subscribing and dinging that notification bell.